Hey everybody, this is Lee. I'm going to show you today how to set up your Roland VR3-EX mixer to use with the Qumu encoder. So what I've done here is I have the video camera. I've got the mini HDMI port hooked up on the back here of the device. This is hooked up to input number 1 here. I also have, this is a totally optional, I have an external monitor connected here so I can see what's going on there, but this is an optional part. And then I have the RCA cables, one going into the video out, and then one, the red and the white cables going into the audio out. And then these cables are connecting to the dongle here from the Qumu encoder. And what I have done with this is the audio cables are connected to audio 3L and audio 3R, and then the video is connected to video in 3. This is a BNC connector, so it's one of these. It looks like this, and then I'm using an adapter here. This is a BNC to RCA adapter to connect the yellow video cable here from this. Now, a couple tricks once you set this up. Once you plug this in on the front of the board here, I'm plugged into HDMI 1, so this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can actually plug in up to 4 different HDMI devices into this mixer, and they will work, and you can control the sound from here. You'll notice I got some lights flashing here. What you may need to do when you set this up is to click the in and out settings here if you connect some different devices, and this is in the manual on page 20, I believe it is. So channel 1 has an 1, 2, 3, and 4 actually all have options that you can use. Channel 1 here has RCA and HDMI, same thing for channels 2 and 3. Channel 4 also has the RCA and the HDMI. It also gives you an option to use a RGB, and that would be if you're hooking up a computer to use, and that way you can do PowerPoints and do overlays and titling and stuff like that with it. If you need to change one of these, you just tap on it here on the screen because this is touch sensitive, and right now the arrow is pointing down, so it's connected to the HDMI. And when I turn this value button right up here in the corner, that's going to switch, and now I am connected to the RCA. So I'm using HDMI, so I'm going to leave it on HDMI. Once you set that for your inputs that you have set up, you're all good to go, and then you can press the in-out there, and then you're back to where you were. Now to connect an external mic, what I have connected here is the mic that comes in the box with the Qumu encoder. And what I've done is I have that plugged in with the XLR cable, and it's plugged in here to the side of the VR3-EX. I've plugged this into channel 1. Now one thing you need to check here on this is this mic requires what's called phantom power. So here on the side there are 2 little buttons right here. It's hard to see. This is turns on phantom power for ports 1 and 2, and then this turns on phantom power for ports 3 and 4. Some mics require phantom power, some mics don't require it. The mic that's in the box with the Qumu encoder does require phantom power. So whichever port you plug this into, make sure you turn the phantom power on. On the soundboard portion of the VR3-EX, I'm now here on number 1, and what you want to do is when you turn the microphone on is check, get a mic check, and you'll see right over here to the right of the screen these little green lights flashing. Port 1 here is the audio for the mic coming in, and if that's too high or not high enough, you can actually adjust it here with this peak. You want these to be pretty well centered so you get just kind of a flat setup. But the gain controls how much sound is coming in. You want to keep the gain so that it never goes into the top red area like it is right now. The mic is set up so it's too sensitive right now, so I'm just going to back the gain off a little bit, somewhere probably with this mic at about the center to just a little bit above center gives you a pretty good setting for the mic. So it should be in the green area and shouldn't really be going more than 1 bar into the yellow to get a good sound output. So once that's set up and you've got everything set up and working there, you should then be able to go into the Qumu capture device. Under session, and what I have this set up as is I set up the audio 3R and 3L and the video 3L in, and I'm now able to pick up the audio and video, and it's all good to go and ready to record.